Jesus was a master storyteller. He used simple stories to teach profound truths. One such story is the parable of the Good Samaritan. A man, beaten and robbed, lay helpless on the roadside.
Passing by.
A priest and a Levite, both religious leaders, passed by on the other side. They did nothing to help.
Passing by.
Then came a Samaritan. Samaritans and Jews were sworn enemies. They despised each other. Yet this Samaritan, seeing the injured man, was moved with compassion.
Stopping.
He stopped. He bandaged the man's wounds. He took him to an inn and paid for his care.
Taking care of the beaten man.
This simple story, told by Jesus centuries ago, still speaks volumes today. It challenges us to look beyond ourselves, beyond our prejudices, and to show compassion to all those in need. The Samaritan's actions were not just kind, they were radical. He went above and beyond what was expected. He didn't just offer a word of sympathy, he got involved. He didn't care that the injured man was a stranger, possibly even an enemy. He saw a human being in need and responded with love.
But a Samaritan, as he traveled, came where the man was, and when he saw him, he took pity on him. Luke 10:33. These words from the Bible capture the essence of the Samaritan's heart. He didn't just feel pity, he acted on it.
This is radical compassion, a compassion that moves us to act, to go the extra mile, to love without limits. The Samaritan's act of kindness shattered societal norms. In those times, Jews and Samaritans were separated by a deep chasm of prejudice and hatred. They avoided contact with each other. Yet, the Samaritan crossed that divide without hesitation. He didn't let prejudice dictate his actions. He saw a fellow human being in need and responded with love and compassion.
Helping the injured man.
By doing so, he challenged the very foundations of the hatred that divided his people from the Jews. His actions are a powerful reminder that love transcends all boundaries, racial, social, or religious. In the face of need, such differences become meaningless. Section 4, Love Knows No Boundaries. The parable of the Good Samaritan teaches us that love knows no boundaries.
We are called to show love and compassion to everyone, regardless of their background, beliefs, or social standing. This includes our neighbors, our friends, and even our enemies.
Jesus' message is clear: love your neighbor as yourself. Who is our neighbor? It's not just the person who lives next door, it's anyone in need, anyone who crosses our path, anyone who needs a helping hand.
The Samaritan's example challenges us to expand our circle of compassion. It calls us to break free from the confines of our own prejudices and to embrace the wider human family.
Section 5, the call to be modern-day Samaritans. The parable of the Good Samaritan is not just a story from the past, it's a call to action for today.
We live in a world where people are hurting, where there is so much pain and suffering. We can choose to be indifferent, to look the other way, or we can choose to be like the Good Samaritan. We can choose to see the needs of others and respond with compassion.
It doesn't have to be something grand or heroic. It can be a simple act of kindness, a listening ear, a helping hand.
Every act of kindness, every gesture of love, every attempt to make a difference in the life of another human being is a step towards building a more compassionate world.
Section 6, a timeless message of hope. The parable of the Good Samaritan is a timeless message of hope. It reminds us that even in a world often filled with darkness, there's always room for compassion, for love, for kindness. It teaches us that each one of us has the power to make a difference in the lives of others. We can choose to be instruments of healing, of reconciliation, of hope. Let us strive to live out the message of the Good Samaritan in our own lives, showing radical compassion to all those around us, breaking down walls of prejudice, and building bridges of love.